Hello, Aaron Cloutier here, and it's been a little while since I've posted anything, so I wanted to throw up a video real quick. I'm in the process of moving into a new place and things aren't quite situated yet, so I wanted to share an old video that I put out on a separate channel that is centered more around my career as a session musician, and in it I'm talking about how to fit a Shure Sm7B into an Isovox 2. So if you're not familiar with what an Isovox is, it's this. So it is a vocal isolation booth, and it is meant for you to go in like so and record your voice without disturbing the neighbors. The only thing is that it is designed for vertical condenser microphones, as you can see here. So as you can see, there's a condenser microphone. If I can get in there real quick, you can see how there's not much space for anything else. So I was able to come up with a little workaround to get the Shure Sm7B inside the Isovox, and that is what I'm about to show you next. So if you are in the camp of people who actually own an Isovox, but you want to use more, horizontally based dynamic microphones, then this is for you. Enjoy. Hello all, Aaron here, and I am currently setting up to record a bunch of stuff today, and I thought today would be a good opportunity for me to show you how to jerry-rig a dynamic microphone into the Isovox 2. So the reason why I'm doing this is because primarily I would consider myself a heavy metal vocalist, and I'm pretty loud and obnoxious by nature. So for me personally, when I'm doing stuff in the studio or whatnot, I like to use an Sm7B, especially for really aggressive vocals, like the screaming stuff, or just really gritty singing, anything like that. The problem with the Isovox 2 is that it's pretty much designed for these vertical type of condenser microphones. So I wanted to show a little workaround for anybody who's interested, in case you haven't heard this before. But anyway, today I am bringing in my trusty Sm7B. I'm gonna show you how to get that thing and that thing. So stay tuned. Okay, so first off, let's kind of get an inside view of the Isovox. So this is what we're working with here. We are in a basement. There's the stand. Oop, there's workout gear. Okay, anyway, so we are gonna fit this guy right here, this stand, into this little area right in here. Okay, so you notice how in the back, we have this little hole. Let's see if I can get in there. Yeah, like this thing. So we have this hole right here. It's fashioned to hold a vertical condenser microphone. So I'm using this space right here, which is normally for just feeding the XLR cable, to get both the XLR and the stand in. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so what I'm doing here, taking the stand, working it up into that little hole where the XLR is supposed to go. Be very careful of this area right here. You don't want to rip it, right? So you just kind of want to give it some room. Give it a little room. Yep. And then bam, we're in. Okay. Fortunately, there's enough space for the XLR to follow. So let's see if we can get any of that in there too. Take your XLR and then feed it behind. You want to get the stand as close to you as possible, just because the Sm7B is pretty, long, and it's going to be right up against this area right here. So we got both things right here. Cool. So now we work the microphone in. Okay, so first off, I'm going to just set this guy right here. Screw it on. Product placement. Make sure that that's fastened. There we go. Okay, cool. So now that that's over with, here's the thing. The only way for this to fit is if we turn it like so. And as you can see over here, it's right up against this panel. Now, I haven't checked my EQs lately, but it seems like there's a buildup of like, I forget because it's been a while since I checked, but anywhere from like 300 to 400, maybe the 300 to 500 hertz range. There's a buildup of that frequency. Honestly, I haven't checked the specs in a while, so that might be the microphone itself, but if it's anything, it could be this. It's easily notchable, outable, but you know, there is that. Okay, then we fasten this guy right here, okay? And if you get a clear shot of the microphone here, so this is what we're looking at so far, okay? Now, we want to bring this down a little bit. So we gently, as I strain, gently bring this down so that it kind of fits in. You want to be careful, obviously, of the XLR. You don't want it to warp or anything like that, but that's usually a good spot that I like to keep it. Okay, and there is our microphone. So now all I have to do is just attach the pop filter and then we're good to go. So here we are. Here's the pop filter. You can see the microphone a little bit. Maybe I should get in there a little bit more. Here, let's take a look. So this is what it looks like. Now, you know, this is me kind of making the most out of it. Ideally, I would like something a little bit longer to help accommodate for a microphone like this without me having to kind of like push it all the way to the back, because I don't know if that's affecting the frequency range or not, but it has been working for me for quite a long time. I've done many professional gigs where I've done like voiceovers, or, you know, if I'm doing like session vocals or anything like that, I've done this setup and it works really well. So hopefully that works for you. And stay tuned, because I'm gonna do another video regarding the Isovox 2 and just kind of list all the pros and cons that I've found with it. And maybe, you know, it'll be educational for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for watching. So, if you found this to be helpful and you want to take things a little bit further with understanding ways to mitigate writer's block, or finding inspiration, or learning how to write better melodies or lyrics or anything like that, I have put together a 4 PDF series that talks about each one of these topics. Also included are MP3 recordings to complement each PDF. So if you are like me and like to take your information in an audio fashion, then that's available to you as well. And you can grab all of that for free at the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching.